What's up, everybody? I'm Khalil. I go by KS on social media, I guess now. This is my 2001 ESS Supercharged E46 330 Ci, and I'm gonna give you a walk around today. This is gonna be a long video probably, so just be prepared. I'm gonna try to go as in-depth as possible about every little thing about this car. So as I said, this is a 2001 330 Ci, so it does have the M54 engine. This is an M54 B30. So let's start there. Let me go get a hood prop. So I got the hood prop. Let's dive into the least modified portion of this vehicle. So this is a stock M54 B30. It does have a rebuilt head, and I put Supertech valves in it just to handle a higher temperature. The reason why is because I melted a valve right after throwing the supercharger kit on. So as I said, ESS G1 supercharger. Everything else in the system is not related to ESS. So no, this is not a supercharger kit from anybody. This is a custom kit with a supercharger and bracket from ESS. Stock M54 B30, 3 liter. This is a Hyde SR1 intake manifold. The reason for me going with this is because the space it allows in the engine bay for the intercooler piping, because this right here is a Mishimoto air-to-water intercooler. Original plan was to put it right here next to the intake manifold, but I went away from that idea, and I'm thankful for that. Everything worked out beautifully. Actually, let me take a step back. Let me just go over everything up here. So, stock M54 B30, ESS supercharger, Hyde SR1 intake manifold. It has a radium fuel rail. It has Deechworks 1000cc injectors, Schmie McAllis headers. Down there are Condors 10mm lowering motor mounts. This is a M54 B30 throttle body with a M54 B25 throttle body spacer, flip backwards, and I bored out the inside because it had runners, or it had fins that are facing the opposite direction of the airflow. So it's a bored out M54 B25 throttle body spacer that I used to connect the hose to the back of the throttle body. Chase Bay's fuel pressure regulator. This right here is water methanol injection. It's just running 50/50. It's a snow performance kit. This is a PMC oil cooler adapter kit with a Mishimoto 10-row oil cooler. And for the intercooler system, I'm running a Mishimoto heat exchanger. I actually ordered a spec E46 bash bar in order to mount that, because that has some weight. So it needs something that can support a decent amount of weight to hold it up. So what I did is weld bars from the bash bar to the intercooler onto the bracket to support the intercooler up. So it's 3 bars. I'll put up a picture. I'm not talking about this shit no more. But it is a air-to-water intercooler, meaning that it has a door inside for coolant to flow through, and it has ports on either end, one for the hot air to enter, one for the cold air to exit, which is coming up to the throttle body right here and into the intake manifold. Go Fast Bits diverter valve. The dipstick back here is from a Z3 3.0. If you didn't know, it relocates the dipstick from up here, which would have been in the way, to back here. And just to emphasize why I went with this or considered this intake manifold in the first place, I will show you all of the space under the intake manifold. So that is my vacuum reference for my brake booster. This is my intake temp sensor. This is my map sensor for the water methanol system. Almost forgot, I am on a HPX 3-inch MAF. All right, so the exterior. It is widened to an M3 width. It is not wider, so I wouldn't technically consider it a wide body. But I have a little bit of weight reduction on the hood. So let me tell this story. This is my first time buying carbon fiber parts, and I kind of feel a little bit scammed, paying damn near $3,000 for a hood, and it's half fiberglass. Same shit with the fenders, half fiberglass, but regardless, you get a weight savings, a big weight savings up front, which I need because it's harder to drop weight up here than it is in the back of the car. I'll get there in a minute. But yeah, M3 width fenders, M3 hood with the vents, and it helps a lot. Vents help a lot. They're not just for looks, vents actually help. Just FYI. Let's just move on to the interior. Or actually, these are from HM Sports Aero. These are M3 width over fenders, and they fit very nicely. This is a CSL rep trunk. So I have 2 Momo starts. Forget what style wheel this is. This is a garagistic self-centering short throw shifter. Still have door cards, front and rear. Still have front carpets, rear carpets are gone. While I'm pointing y'all in this direction, this red switch right here turns on the pump. So I doubt y'all can hear that, but it turns on the water pump. This is a dry sump reservoir from OBP Motorsport, and I am using it to contain the coolant for the intercooler system. And these lines back here, I'm running a Walbro 485 in the tank, and there are two DW250s back there. At the moment, the surge tank is not being used, but see that line right there? I just have it looped around because I didn't want to make a new line for bypassing it to troubleshoot. This is the reservoir for the water methanol, so I'm just running 50-50. Let's open up this trunk. So this is not being used right now. As you can see, it's all plugged off. New Performance surge tank, Summit fuel filter, two DW250s, which I was having issues with. I don't know if it's because I need to elevate the surge tank more and drop the pumps lower, or if the pumps are just going bad already. I doubt that is the case. I probably fucked up on something. As of right now, we bypassing it to get the car tuned. So this is not a drift car. I'm not relocating the battery to prevent impact from the side, damaging the battery. Let me take a step back. Whole box is chopped off because this car is supposed to be for time attack. So just getting it prepared for the future, since I already had the whole trunk floor replaced with the flat part, I just went ahead and did what I'm expecting to do in the future. So while I'm down here, I guess I'll walk you through my rear suspension. So I'm on Silver's True coilovers. Those blue things right there are Apex engineered trailing arms. These are Wisefab upper control arms. Poly bushings in the subframe. That is a Delrin bushing on the diff. I don't know if I said already, IRP camber arms. Inside of there is a 3.38 differential, and it is on Apex Arcade 17x10 ET25 all around square setup on a 275/40 tire. This color I get asked it a lot. This is KPMF British Racing Green. So that's just a quick rundown of the car. If y'all have any questions about anything that you see that I missed, just ask me. I will try to respond to everybody and answer every single question y'all have. But this car, like I said, this car is supposed to get on track, do a couple HPDEs, then eventually get into some serious time attack. So this is as normal as the car should look.